was these guys took the one man out of the group who you would not see facing off against somebody because he's mad. Glenn snapped.
Oh yeah,
and that to me really sets the tone for that, because there again, Glenn is more of he gathers things. He gathers things, and he knows how to protect himself.
Glenn has changed a lot.
Yeah.
Through the course of the series, and he has a very strong moral code.
Right.
And that was against it. You don't do it. Doesn't matter if it is, well, one, it's stupid to have a walker tied up to where it could possibly come back and, no pun intended, come back and bite you.
Yes.
And it's number one, it's stupid. But number two, it's against, you just don't do that. It used to be a person.
Yes.
You don't do that. You don't torture them.
Right.
I mean, so, like I said, it kind of violates his moral code. And he is now to the point, like I said, he's changed a lot. He's to the point to where he realizes now he needs to stand up for himself, and if he needs to get in somebody's face, he's going to.
Yeah,
and then
he doesn't have a problem with that anymore.
Yeah. And then you got Daryl, who immediately, I just thought was hilarious. It's like, okay, he saw the two of them face to face, boom, he immediately went and jumped the other dude.
Right. And where we're at with Daryl, Daryl is more comfortable in the wild. He is more comfortable out there on the road, and you can tell that it is bothering him that they are settling down.
I don't think it bothers him that they're settling down. He doesn't trust anybody.
Right.
Except for them.
Yeah, except for the group.
Well, go ahead.
I just thought it was hilarious. He was sitting on the porch gutting a possum.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, dude, this is my front porch. Can you take that somewhere else?
And he's like, with a crossbow, no, this is our front porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, he's the last one to take a shower.
Yep.
He tells, what's the blonde lady's name?
Carol.
He tells Carol that she looks ridiculous when she's in her, button-up shirt and her cardigan, and she's going to, bake food for the housebound. He's looking, to a certain extent, this is a posh neighborhood.
Yes.
Daryl Dixon does not look, he looks very out of place in this posh neighborhood, and these people dressed in their nice clothes and everything's, it's very Leave It to Beaver.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he is very not Leave It to Beaver.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But if you notice, when she came out of there, when he told her she looked ridiculous, she's sandbagging. She's not revealing herself at all.
Right.
She's like, oh, I'm Miss Susie Homemaker, and I like to organize things, so she's sandbagging.
Misses that wonderful husband of hers.
Yeah, she's completely sandbagging them, and she's not going to reveal anything about herself.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she's probably, I'd put it like right there below Daryl.
Yeah.
Of being the most ruthless member of the group. I mean, she's a badass.
Oh yes, but
no
she's
question
very
about
unassuming.
Exactly, and when she needs to be to blend in and play that, like what she used to be. Mm. When she was with her husband and he was abusing her. That's kind of what she came off like.
Mm-hmm.
in the interview, and I think that was all by design.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, from having read the comic, I know how it goes when they get to Alexandria, but the one big thing here that's different.
Don't tell me I'm on issue 15.
Well, this is pretty easy to figure out. Is Daryl.
Yeah.
Daryl's the real wild card for me because he wasn't in the comics.
Right.
And so I know what happened with each person when they got to Alexandria, but what's Daryl going to do? And that's the thing. He's like, it's a real wild card for me.
He's going to sit on the front porch and gut stuff.
Sometimes you gotta.
He is going to.
When he shot the possum right as the gate opened, and he's like, "We brought dinner."
Well, look, I know exactly what Daryl's going to do. Daryl is going to be the same badass that Daryl is, no matter what.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, he's not going to go far from any of them because that is his family.
Yes. Yes.
And then they talked about it recently that's that's how they look at each other now.
Right.
And they don't trust anybody else, or it takes a good while for them to trust anybody else.
Yes.
And that's, it took him a long time to get to that point.
Right.
And so it's just like that. It's not like him and Glenn are hanging out and swapping stories and sharing beers. Mm-hmm. But when he saw he needed help, he was like, he was just like a dog off his leash. He jumped him.
Right.
And jumped to the defense of Glenn.
Yes. Yes. Are you still behind on Gotham?
No, I'm all caught up with Gotham. And we actually got a little news out today, which I'm really sad to hear. Jada Pinkett Smith says that she's not returning for the second season.
And I think that this is by design, because where we are left off, she has now come from the basement where she was surrounded by...
Dude, she ripped her own eye out.
Yes.
How badass is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they give her a blue eye.
Yeah. So
wow.
So now we see that he has replaced her eye with a nice blue one.
Yeah.
I'm expecting at any time for this sound to be heard. But I think what's going to happen is for her to get back into Gotham. Number one, he is going to have to change her appearance, because if her appearance is changed, and she is a completely different person, then she can go back for revenge on the Penguin. And by the way, I did get a news flash on that. She says she wants to kick the Penguin's ass.
Oh yeah. No, she doesn't want to kick his ass. She wants to gut him.
Several times over. She wants to gut him, put him back together, and do it again.
But why would you want to? He is such a pleasant guy.
Oh.
He is charming as all get out.
He is charming.
I absolutely love his character. And that's what we talked about before the show started, like what we were looking forward to.
Yes.
And without a doubt, he was what I was looking forward to. And I am absolutely loving him.
So here is also what I got. You really saw a different side of the Bruce Wayne character in this, because Alfred was in dire straits. He was in a hospital, and from there, that is the last person that he has that is part of his quote unquote family.
Yeah,
and again. I know that I'm going to probably be chastised here, but for me, going back into all of the bad Batman movies, I still say George Clooney, for me, was a better Bruce Wayne because he was a much more caring person because Alfred was dead. Now, when you get to the end of that...
Was dying.
Yes. When we get to the end of that, while we're getting to that, we find out that Barbara is his niece. No, that's not the way it is. That's not the way it is, and shame on you, Mr. Director. You just need to make things the way that they are and keep them that way.
Chuck.
Yes.
Out of all the things that were wrong with that movie.
Yes.
That's what he grasps onto.
Her being Alfred's niece is one of the least. I'll take that one.
Okay.
But
if we could get rid of some of the other ones.
Yeah. But no, I was going to say, the other thing is, Alfred has always been the caretaker, the doer, if something needs to be done, he's the one that gets it taken care of.
The one constant, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, Alfred decides he's going to be hard-headed and he's going to get up and he is going to leave the hospital and he is going to do what he needs to do to take care of everything. And Bruce gets bossy with him. And that's the first time that we've seen... Charge. Yeah, that's the first time we've actually seen him be bossy, especially towards Alfred.
No, when he was demanding... Yeah, no. When it was earlier on when he was wanting the file for his parents. That was the first time that he was really assertive with...
That's right. He did tell him, go get it.
Yeah. And at that point, of course, I'm sure that Alfred is talking to himself as he's going down the hallway. Well, I bottomed your bottom. I pampered your bottom.
Bottomed your bottom?
Yeah, I bottomed your bottom. It bottomed out.
Nothing worse.
So look, this thing is headed for 4 or 5 more episodes?
Yeah, there's 4 more. They're taking a couple weeks off, and then they're hitting the last 4 all in one. And I see, that's the thing. I don't think Fish is coming back. I think she's going to go out with a bang.
Okay.
And I think that was by design, like you said. They signed her to a 1-year deal,
right?
To do that. She's high, then she falls, then she starts to come back, and then there's going to be a big climax there,
right?
At the end of this season, and it's going to help propel the Penguin.
Yes.
Well, plus she's a fictional character, and I realize they're all fictional characters, but she is a character that was only designed for the show.
Yes.
Yep.
She's not a major character out of the comics or anything else. She doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
So her only being there for 1 season is not as impactful as if they were to make the Penguin only be there for 1 season.
Yeah. Yeah. But in the process of catching up with these, I in the last couple days, I got to watch. I watched 4 or 5 episodes in the last 2 days. The kid that we were led to believe was possibly the Joker. The name of the episode was the blind fortune teller.
Yes.
That kid who played the maybe Joker.
Yes.
Man, can he play crazy?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yes.
He did such a good job.
And here is what I took from that. That was the perfect mixture of Cesar Romero, Jack Nicholson, and a touch of Heath Ledger. I saw that in that one man.
Yeah, there was a little bit. I agree. There was a little bit of each, and it was. That one scene. It was the rest of the time he was just ordinary, but in that one scene when he knew he was caught, he let the real guy out.
Yeah,
and it was just wow, off the charts.
Yes,
really, really good.
And I am. People are saying, well, these guys are too old to be a part of this. I really, really am enjoying the characters and how they're laying them out. I like the visit from the Graysons. I thought that was great. That really sets the tone for what's to come later.
The 2 lovers that got together are Dick Grayson's parents.
Yes. And really, honestly and truly, that whole relationship between Gordon and Bullock, it really, really shines through. The whole cast is wonderful. Yeah, the whole cast is wonderful. I was tired of Bruce being mechanical as he was, but then you find out, he slipped his gear and he's obviously gone through post-traumatic stress.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Bruce had post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I'm liking that. I like the love-hate relationship. The one thing that I do not like is it seems to me that Gordon's too predictable. Gordon is, when he is dealing with the cops, not the cops, but when he is dealing with crime and he's trying to do right and that sort of thing, he has the pulsating vein in his forehead as he talks through grit teeth. And that's going into it. That's before he plays good cop, bad cop.